If you want to make changes and see profits in 2025, you have to make changes today. All right. Listen, 2024 was different. 2024 was a challenging year for many entrepreneurs. And 2024 um, also taught us a lot of lessons. So, listen, uh, I see sometimes like live streams pop up, like, what do you need to do to make your Q4 profitable? The thing is, like, if you want to make your business profitable in 2025, you have to start acting right now. You have to start putting the work right now. In this live stream, in this episode, I'm going to talk about the major shifts that are happening in coaching industry, in service-based industry, what you need to do right now in your business to see the difference and to see the difference and also to bring more profit and adjustments. But we're going to look at other industries, how other industries are doing, and we're going to see what is available on the market. So, as you are joining me, say hello in the chat, say hello in the comments, let me know where you're watching me from. And also, I am curious to know, let me know in the chat, how 2024 has been for you. Have you noticed the change? If you are in service-based industry, if you own a business, if you provide services, like how 2024 has been for you? Has it been a year of profit? Is it been like a challenging year? Is it been how 2024 has been for you? Let me know in the chat. Like if it was steady, say steady. It would if it was slow, say slow. If it was profitable, say profitable. I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know. All right. So, the one thing that we know about service-based industry and coaching industry and online industry is that the market right now is more sophisticated. So, the coaching industry is fairly new. That's true, but also the industry itself is maturing. So, what does it mean? It means that right at this point, many people experience some sort of educational services, a boot camp, a course, a coaching program, coaching services, right? Like people are more familiar with that type of service, and also, people right now are looking for more specific solutions. Also, like if we look at the economy, right? If we look at the economy on paper is doing fairly well. But what we're seeing right now in economy that spending, like there is a stagnation in spending. So what does it mean? People are more discerning. People are more people take their time to before they make a decision. People spend more time with you and with your content. So what shifts do you need to make right now? First of all, you have to be a specialist. You have to be known for something. You have to provide that thought leadership because right now, everybody is like, I understand that online space is saturated. I understand that everybody is online, but you have to provide your thought leadership. You have to start building your community. It was true for at any point, but especially now, crystal clear messaging, crystal clear niche identification, and showing up and show your face because if you are building serious business, if you are a CEO, if you are a leader, you have to show you are the face of your company. And if you're not showing up on videos, if you're not showing up on your content, if you don't have long form content, this is where you lose in sales. this is where you're losing sales because if you're working with a sophisticated buyer and people who will pay you anything from $3,000 to $10,000 and more, like I'm sophisticated buyer, I am a high ticket buyer, and I need time to spend with your content. And if you don't have a podcast, if you don't have a YouTube, if you don't do live streams and connect with audience, like I'm just not gonna buy. And a lot of people and a lot of people make a decision just like that. So share with me in the chat. I see people on LinkedIn watching. I see people on Instagram also watching. Let me know, do you produce long form content? Yes or no? And if you don't produce long form content, what gets in the way? Like why you like and if you're producing long form content, share with me in the chat, share with me in the comments. What is it? Is it a YouTube channel? Do you go live? Or do you have a podcast? I'm curious to know because this is going to be essential. And also, uh, uh, people buy from people they trust. Yes, people buy from people they trust. Absolutely. And the way you build trust is by showing up, is by building your community. And one of the ways I teach my clients to build trust is actually going live. And I understand it can be intimidating, but like if you look at big companies who work with sophisticated customers, for example, Apple, they produce video content. WWDC is a conference where Apple produce like launches their products and talks about their products. They all show up and show out, and they talk about their products. They talk about what is in store. And in fact, they do their launch for entire week, and there's a massive amount of videos. And if you don't show up, if you don't show your face, you will not see as much profit in 2025 if you are in service-based business, if you are in coaching or mentorship or any kind of service-based business. You have to build your community, you have to build your authority. And with my clients, especially clients who are new to live stream, who are new to community building, I say, hey, your first launch is your authority building launch, is your awareness building launch. You may or may not get sales the first time you launching because people are not familiar with you. So, like building authority, being crystal clear, who do you serve, how do you serve them, and creating that know, like, and trust. This is absolutely essential, y'all. Like it is must have. All right. Thank you so much for joining, Leon, Magdalena. Thank you. Say a lot. Long YouTube videos and educational blog posts are my main one. Yes, I like that. YouTube is a very good tool. And let me give you a little bit of a strategy going to 2025. If you're a specialist, I think combining LinkedIn, especially if you're serving elevated buyer, combining LinkedIn and YouTube together, you actually build a community, and you actually build the trust like that. And you create that evergreen funnel when people who are looking for information, especially if you are in service-based business, like you're a bookkeeper, you're a consultant, you are a mentor, you're a coach, people gonna look for what you're offering, for the information that you provide on Google, online, on YouTube. And when you lead them to your LinkedIn as a main platform to start a conversation, that like this is the funnel starts. This is where how the funnel works. And let me tell you a little bit of a story. When I started my business, I already had my YouTube channel, and this is the how the funnel started. So another thing, people are looking for very specific things right now. People are looking for very specific things because, like, the worst thing that you can do is to serve larger funnel. Because sometimes there are two schools of business strategists. So one school teaches You have to niche down. You have to be super niche. Another school teaches like you have to have a niche, but it has to be a broader niche so you can grab as many people as you can. Not anymore. Like I submit to you, find the market fit, find the market fit, and also, um, we're going to talk about market fit here in a second. Like the more specific you are, the easier it is for you to land clients. Like when you are crystal clear, it's easier for you to get clients. Like how did you connect YouTube to your LinkedIn channel? Hello, excellent question. So like when we talk about, you can provide links in your YouTube description, right? You can provide links in your chats, and you like it's call to action, invite people to have a conversation with you, and like it's double promotional. You promote your um, LinkedIn account on YouTube, and you promote your videos on LinkedIn. So it's double promotion, and this is how you connect with them together. But like it's rather easy, right? But like what is the challenge here is providing strong messaging, right? When you provide strong messaging, when your people landing on your content, then it's easier to create that evergreen funnel between LinkedIn and between YouTube. Also, let's talk about what's going on right now in auto industry and auto loan industry. I don't know about you if you follow the news. My car broke down in December on New Year's Eve, and I am casually looking for a new car, and I'm casually looking at on a market. And this is what I'm noticing. This is what people are talking about. Again, I'm not an expert in auto market. Like this is not my industry, but this is what I'm noticing. People say that now a lot of people, a lot of Americans, I'm in the US, so I'm gonna talk about American market. A lot of people in the US cannot afford to buy a car, cannot uh afford to get a loan for a car. What does it mean for you, for your high ticket offer? And does it mean that you have to go down in your price? It doesn't mean that you have to just sell your program for a very cheap price. I would I submit to you, you have to elevate your avatar. You have to elevate who do you serve. How do you elevate who do you serve? How do you elevate your avatar? You elevate your presence, you elevate your messaging. And what does it mean exactly? You are solving more sophisticated problem. You are solving more sophisticated problem. For example, my client and I would just talk about it like yesterday, and the question was, okay, who do I serve? Like for my client, do I serve junior people who are in just at the beginning in their tech careers, or do I serve more sophisticated buyers? Right, the same for me. Like do I serve entrepreneurs who just getting started, or like maybe don't have an offer, or do I serve more people who already have an offer, who already have clients, who are like who need help with getting work, getting better traction, getting better social selling? Because listen, we can be really great coaches, but we all can be better at social selling. So elevating your customer, and elevating your avatar, and also, um, there, there are not as many people as new customers in the space. So like probably somebody will come to you from another provider, from another coach, from another mentor. This is why it is essential to do to do market research. For example, for me, like yes, I love coaching and I love coaching programs, and I constantly invest in coaches, but it's also market research. What other coaches are not doing, what I can do. For example, other coaches, not many coaches provide private mentorship in small groups so they can look at people's businesses. A lot of coaches are actually abdicating from one-on-one coaching, abdicating from small groups, and they would rather like they focus on building empire. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In the big group coaching program, you can connect with people potentially. But if you want a more detailed, more specialized service like this is where one-on-one services come in, and this is how differentiate. So again, like what moves, what shifts you need to make right now, be very specific about who you serve, be very specific on your messaging, and elevate your buyer. And I know it is uncomfortable. I know you might even experience imposter syndrome, like, okay, how do I solve more complicated problem? But the more sophisticated problem you're solving, the more complex problem you're solving, the more elevated buyer you're serving, the better it is. Because at the bottom, especially right now, it's really, really hard. Because like again, not a lot of people can buy a car right now. And if we look at ticket coaching industry, let's say like an average high ticket coaching um, um, offer is anything from like I don't know $3,000 to $10,000, right? And like even if you finance your own coaching program, and still it still it can be anything from $300 to $700 to $1,000, and this is a car payment. And again, like people cannot buy cars right now, so this is why you see the reluctancy in people to afford your program. Sometimes it is sometimes it's just about the price, sometimes it's not about the price, sometimes it is you have not articulated the value. But what is important is to actually elevate our buyers, because the sad reality right now that we shouldn't fight at the bottom for our customers. In fact, more elevated buyers, more leaders, they're severely underserved, because again, a lot of providers, they're trying to serve customers at the bottom, but not a lot of people are going up. Not a lot of people are going up, and on the top, yes, it's more sophisticated buyer. You have to be an expert. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to build the trust. This is why I say, like, you gotta show your face. You gotta have long form content, because if you don't want to show your face, if you don't want to post, if you don't want to have like a strong presence, you won't build your social capital, and social capital is essential. And this is why I emphasize, like, you either have to have like a good podcast, or build your podcast, go live, right? Create community by going live, and like create those relationships. But if you're not willing to show your face, more elevated buyer, it's really hard for them to trust you. And like, yes, they may not have time to binge all of your content, but your consistency and your persistence, like it speaks volume. Because I have my mentors, or I have other leaders that I'm looking up to, and I don't watch every single content, every single video that they produce, but like they're on my radar. Like, okay, like that lady posted a video again, that lady went live again, that person went live again. And when I am in a position when I'm ready to buy, I will tune in. Because again, right now, only 1 or 2% of your audience is ready to buy. So, and this is why consistency and nurturing like matters really, really really it's really, really important. So let me know what other questions you have. Thank you for your comments on LinkedIn. Like the questions about YouTube, like the thoughts about long form content. So share with me what is resonating with you. Share with me what is resonating with you. So uh I also have an invitation for you. If you are looking for a private mentor to get your social selling in order, to really figure out how to create that thought leadership and increase sales, and create the evergreen funnel for elevated buyer. Listen, I work with LinkedIn and YouTube like as a funnel. If you are not on LinkedIn, or if you have better success on Instagram, that's okay too. But like my focus is to bring more elevated customers to your funnel, right? Create your social capital, create your social sell, improve your social selling, and attract more elevated buyers to your funnel. Because listen, when you hear that people cannot afford it, cannot afford it, cannot afford it, yes, it might be about your messaging, but it might be about like just the economy. People cannot afford cars, and cars, like I don't know about you, a car is rather a necessity. Like yes, it is like more like a luxury item, but like if you live in America, there are certain places that where you have to have a car, and people cannot buy cars in those places where they have to have a car. So like what does it mean? Like again, going up the ladder and elevate your messaging. So what I'm focusing with entrepreneurs and social selling, organic, non-complicated launches through live streams, through long video format, and really growing your network, growing your ethos, growing your sphere of influence, like organically. I don't teach paid ads. I don't use ads. I use organic play. I use community building. And by the way, this is how all of my clients sell their services and get clients, through strong network, through social selling. And social selling is when you create content, when you engage with your community, when you start con- conversation and the DMs. And again, when you start a conversation in the DM, it's not a pitch slap, it's not a sales conversation in the first message. It's rather reconnect with your community, reconnect with your people, see what they need right now. And if you have something that they need right now, if they have that problem that you need right now, you offer them your solution. This is what I'm focusing on. And also the sales training. Not a lot of coaches, like again, per my experience, not a lot of coaches offer role play sales training, because if you want to make sales and like especially in high ticket like area, like you have to master consultative sales. You have to master consultative sales, and sales is a contact sport. You have to do role play. It's not something that you will watch a video, get inspired by it, and then you get on the call with your customer or with your prospective client, and you don't know what to say, or you get nervous, or you get lost in your thoughts. Like this is the same way athletes train for their performance, the same way you should train for your sales calls, because it is a skill. And if you're not a salesperson by trade, if you have not done consultative sales professionally, then it's something that you need to practice. It's just another skill. You might be an amazing coach, you might be an amazing provider, but because you haven't sold, you haven't worked with in sales, like it's something that you need to practice. So the way you can work with me, book a call with me. I will look at your business. I will look at your blind spots. I will look at what is working and what is not. And if it is the right solution for you, I will make an invitation. And if it is not, I will make a referral, because also I have a strong network of other mentors, other business strategists, other coaches. So, all right. Thank you so much for coming. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you so far. So like kind of to summarize, like what you need to do right now to succeed in 2025, your community building, your social media presence. You have to show up, you have to create long form content, you have to build your community. And again, the best way to build community, the best and non-complicated way to launch your product is through live streams. And I have the whole system how to do that, like step by step. Each live stream is actually, each live stream that I'm doing on my channel, and is very well thought out, very well planned, according to customer awareness, according to customer journey. uh Again, you have to elevate your buyer, because a lot of people are fighting for the beginners, fighting for providing elementary solutions. But again, a lot of leaders on the top or even in the middle are underserved. So like how about you rethink the solution that you're offering, and actually offer more sophisticated solution to more sophisticated buyer. Yes, it will require of you to show up as a thought leader, but like this is something that you need to do. And also clarifying your messaging, being crystal clear who you're serving, and moving forward with a crystal clear messaging, right? Because people are tired of fluff. Because if you look at my platform, I always show up and show out, and I deliver straight to the point. I deliver there's no fluff. Right, there's no fluff. There's always value, because people are tired of fluff, and people have really low tolerance for like any kind of fluff. All right. Thank you so much. I'm flying to Chicago. This is why I'm going live a little bit earlier today. So, but like I'm flying to Chicago. Stay tuned. Like if you listen, join me on my birthday trip to Chicago. Like I'm gonna document it on Instagram if you're on Instagram. And I'm gonna post probably later on Sunday. My birthday is on Sunday, my birthday post. So again, thank you so much everybody for coming to my live stream, for being here. I appreciate it. I know, like especially if you are in the Pacific um time zone. I know it's a little early, and like I'm a early riser, so like before I hit the road, I wanted to connect with you. I wanted to chat with you. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you next week. All right, and thank you, happy birthday, thank you. I will see you next week. All right, bye.